then level 2 is active. Level 2 is clear, then level 3 is active. It means some condition is provided to execute. If the one condition is true, then the next condition is execute. Otherwise, if the first condition, if you are not clear the level 1, then you are not eligible, or you are not enter into the level second. Same thing. How it is takes place in Python. So in Python there is nested if statement to execute these type of statement, or this type of a nested if is an if statement that is target of another if statement. It means when a if statement is execute, then it target, or it transfer the execution pointer to the next if, or you can say another if, which is inside the previous one or previous if. Nested if statement means an if statement inside another if statement. It means a if statement is within another if statement. Yes, Python allows us to next. Python and other programming languages also allow to, but we will discuss about only Python language. Python language allow us to nest if statements within if statements. That is, we can place an if statement inside another if statement. For example, you can see syntax: if condition 1 execute when condition is true, and the condition 2 is also given. Condition 2 when will be the condition true execute once condition 1 is executed, then condition 2 will be execute. If the condition 1 is false, then your execution block or your execution pointer terminate the inside block. It is not enter into if is block. Executes when condition 2 is true. If condition 1 is true, then this statement execute. Condition 2 is checked. If the condition 2 is true, then this statement execute. The if the condition 2 block 2 is end, and then block 1 is in. It means a if statement executed after another if statement. That is known as nesting of a nested if else statement. That is, create a nesting of if statements. For example, I is 10. If the value of I is equal to 10, first I is equal to 10. If the I is less than 15, I is smaller than 15. If I is less than 12, I is smaller than 12, 2. It means all three statements are execute because of I is equal to 10, I is less than 15, and I is, once you check the first condition, then check second condition, and then check third condition, and all three statements are executed because of all three statements are true. Once a condition is false, then you can not execute the inner statements. Here, the concept of inner and outer statement. Inner statement, a statement which is present inside of any if statement. Suppose the second one, I is greater less than 15, is present inside the if I is equal to 10. If any value provided to I is not equal to the 10, this condition is not true, and your execution pointer never enter into this. Then never check the I is less than 15 or whatever I is less than 12. For example, we will demonstrate it in a Google Colab. Suppose, for example, right here I equal to 10. I write the same code, whatever I explain you in the example. I equal to 10 if I equal to double equal to is check for which equality. If the I value is equal to 10, then print I is equal to 10, and if I is less than 15, print I is smaller than 15. If I is less than 12, I is less than 12, then print I is smaller than 12 too, and just execute this code. You can see all three statements are executed because of once you check if I is equal to 10. Yes, if the first condition is true, the statement will be execute and then check the next condition. If I is less than 15, then if condition true, then execute, then check the next condition, and it's nesting. One question arise here, sir, up to which level we can nesting? Suppose, for example, this is 1, 2, 3 level. You can take any number of levels like 10, 20, 15. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to infinite. You can take you can use nesting of if. Suppose, for example, the value of I is 11. For example, the first condition is false because of the value of I is not equal to 10. What do you think? This condition is checked. This condition is will be checked or not? Anyone? If the first condition is false, then the second condition will be checked, the third condition will be checked or not? No, because of if the condition, first condition, remember the if statement, if the given condition is true, then only the execution is enter into this block. If the condition is false, then directly move out. You can say there is no output. There is no output because of only one condition. You can write here, no problem. Print, write here all conditions, the I is not equal to 10, and the first condition is false. So the execution is not enter into a block. You can see I is not equal to 10. The value of I is not equal to 10, and the first condition is false. So the execution is not enter into the if block. Once the execution is not enter, then how the execution pointer check if is I is less than, the value of I is less than 15. The value of I is less than 12, but it is not checked because of first level. You are maybe you are eligible for or capable to crack the second level, but first you have to create, you have to crack the first level. If you are not attempt, or if you are not crack the first level, then you're not no, eligible for enter, or you are not eligible for appear in the second level. It is not matter whether you are crack or not, but you are not eligible for that. Same here, if the first condition is false, then never the execution pointer is enter into a if block. Getting my point? Clear now? Okay. Okay, class. We already discussed nested if, different type of if statement, conditional statement, First we discussed if, simple if. First we discussed simple if expression, then drawback of if statement, then else if statement, in which there are two blocks. One is if, another is else block. The given condition generate true, then the if block will be executed. If the given condition generate false, then the else block will be executed. Then nested if you want to execute one if into another, or one if within another if, then we can use nested if, and Python also provide the facility of nested if. Now the next one is Python elif statement. Elif, here the abbreviation of else if. If you want to use multiple, the first point in this, a user can decide among multiple options. Can you tell me any one of them? What is the limitation of else if statement? In else if statement, only two block is there. One is if block and another is else block. If the given condition generate true output, then only if block will be executed. If the given condition generate else false output, then the else block will be executed. But at a time, only one block will be executed. You can see here only two option is there, or we can say only one option after executing or after selection. If we select if block, then only else block remaining. If we select else block, then only if block will remaining. So this is known as single selection or single option. If you want to try, or if you want to execute a single block within or among multiple options, then we have to use multiple if else. And here the Python provide a facility of multiple if else, so we can use multiple if else statement and then execute a single block among multiple options, multiple choice. The if statement are executed from the top bottom. All of you know very well, already we discussed. The if execution of if statement always start from top and goes up to bottom. As soon as one of the condition is true, the statement associated with that if is executed, and the rest of the ladder means the remaining. If suppose we take here an example. Suppose if you try to switch on a fan, and there are multiple switch in a switch box. So you try to first one and goes up to last button or last switch. If anyone is switch on and the fan is on, then rest of the switches are leave it, because of your condition will be true. Same here. If anyone is condition is true, the statement or block of statement, you can say block of statement associated with the particular if is executed, and the rest of ladder is bypassed. The remaining ladder is not executed or not checked. If none of the condition is true, then the final else statement will be executed. It means if suppose no, there is no condition true, it means suppose you have five condition and no one is true, then the final else statement will be executed. You can see the working and the flow of else if else. You can see here the test expression 1. If the given condition generate true, yes, then statement will be executed, or the block of statement will be executed, and final close. If no, the next expression will be checked. This expression is generate true, then block of a statement will be execute, and the final output is here. If the second expression is also generate false, then go to third expression and check. If third expression is, if there is third expression also generate false, then the fourth one, and same process will be repeat until n block you reached it to nth block of the or nth expression or nth condition. If the nth condition also generate the false output, if suppose the nth condition is also generate the false output, then the body of else statement or else block will be finally execute. The first condition is true. Suppose there are uh, I will explain you the three condition, three scenarios. First scenario, the first condition is true. Suppose let the number is 5. If the number is greater than 0, the value of number is 5 and it is obvious greater than 0, the code will be executed and all these statements are bypassed. All these statements are bypassed. The second condition, if the first condition, let number is -5, the number is greater than 0, no, this condition generate false output. Then the execution pointer jump to next condition, and next condition, else if number is less than 0, -5 is less than 0, yes, obvious, -5 is less than 0, code will be execute and the rest block of statement or rest ladder of if else is bypassed. If suppose the third scenario, if suppose all the conditions are false, it means all n conditions. Suppose for example you can, sir, how many conditions we can take and we can consider n number of conditions you can take. Suppose all conditions are generated false. Let number equal to 0. If number is greater than 0, no, condition false. Elif, is number is less than 0, no, condition is again generate false. Then finally the else block will be executed, and then whatever you code right after the if else ladder, you can the code will be executed. So all three scenario we discussed. First one is the first condition is true, then remaining ladder is bypass. Second, any one condition true in between, then the remaining ladder will be bypassed, and all conditions false, then the else block, finally the last block or else block will be execute, and then the condition is the output is given. Syntax: if condition block of statement, else if condition block of statement, and so many if else is there. Else last, this else statement only execute when all the above conditions are generate false output. The next example of Python if else. Suppose for example I is 20. If I is equal to 20, yes, print I. Sorry, I, if I is equal to 10, no. I is equal to 15, no. I is equal to 20, yes. The above two conditions are false and the third condition is true, then I is 20, print I is 20. It never print I is 10, I is 15, and I am not in present tense because of only one condition. Above two conditions are checked and the last remaining part ladder is skipped or bypassed because of the one condition is true. Now open your Google Colab and I will write the program for the if elif program. Just I take same example, I equal to 20. If I equal to 10, print I is 10. L if I equal to 15, print I is 15. elif I equal to 20. Print I is 20. Elif I equal to 25. Print I is 25. If all the conditions false, then else. Print all conditions are false. Execute. You can see the output I is 20 because of first condition check, second condition check. If the value of I, you set the value of I 15, then only output is I is 15. And remaining block or remaining ladder up, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 option is there. And only one block will be execute among 4 blocks. So this is also known as multi-selection statement or multi-selection option. Clear? Now we discuss some real world example for all we discussed: if else, nested if else, and multiple if else or elif ladder. I am taking here 3 example. One is to check positive negative numbers. If the given number is, your program will check the given number is positive, negative or 0. The second one is to check the given number is even or odd. If you provide any number to your program, your program is able to check whether it is even number or the odd number. The third one is to input the marks of 5 subject, like the subject name is physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics and computer. Calculate the percentage and grade according to the given condition. Nowadays grading system is there. So if the percentage is equal to or greater than 90, then your program should generate the output grade A. If the percentage is in between 90 and 80, it means less than 90 and greater than or equal to 80, then your program should be display the grade B. If the percentage is in between 80 and 70, it means the higher value of percentage is 80 and the lower value of the percentage is 70, then the grade C and so on. If your percentage is less than 50, then the program will print the grade F, that means fail. Now I will explain you all the 3 programs one by one. The first program to check positive number and negative number are 0. Suppose for example, how you prepared the program. First you take the number. First you take the number. You can input the number from user. The user input or enter whatever the number. Suppose for example user enter 2. Now you should check the number is greater than 0. If the given number, any number which is greater than 0, it means 1 to infinity, the number is positive. But the possibility of user can also enter a negative number. Suppose the message encounter in your screen, enter any number and I hit -3. Is the number is greater than 0? No. then the first condition generate the false, then the next condition will be checked. N is equal less than 0. It means the number n, here n is a variable in which we enter or we keep the value of entered. N is less than 0, minus 3 is less than 0. Yes, minus 3 is less than 0. Condition true. Print the number is negative. Else, if suppose someone enter, if the message encounter at your screen, enter any number and I just entered 0. Then the first condition. If n is equal greater than 0, no, because of n, the value of n is 0. Elif, the second condition, n is less than 0, no, it is also generate false, because the value of n is 0, not greater than, not less than 0. So we already discussed in previous slide, if all the conditions, above conditions are generate false, then the else block will be executed. In else block content, print n is equal to 0. N is equal to 0. So the final output for this program is equal to 0. It means the value entered is 0. Now we will discuss and we will demonstrate the above example. First, take a number n, n equal to input enter. Can you tell me anyone of them why we use input here? Because of I am want to take a number from user. Enter any number. Just this message is encounter at your screen. But you also know that the every input number or every input string is Python treated as string. So we need to convert it into, first we need to convert it into integer, because of string is never checked. So we put integer. Int means whatever the computer get the value from user, first convert it into integer and then assign to n. If n is greater than 0, print the number or the entered number is greater than greater than 0. Okay, greater than 0. If the n is greater than 0, then print greater than 0. Elif n is less than 0, then print the entered number is smaller than 0. Else the entered number is equal to 0. The entered number is equal to 0. Now execute the program. Enter any number. Suppose I enter 5. The entered number is greater than 0. Same program is re-execute. enter any number -4, the number is smaller than 0 or negative. You can also write message here, the positive number and the negative number are equal to number. The third way option is, if you enter 0, you can see the number is enter number is equal to 0. Then the first one is example. Now the second program to check even or odd number. Suppose now you are trying to check whether the given number is even or odd. Do you understand what is the even and odd? If any number is divisible by 2, then the number is even. If any number is divisible by not divisible, completely not divisible by 2, then the odd, like 3, 5, 7, 1, these numbers are odd number, and the even numbers is 0, 2, 4, all these numbers are there. So in this program, first we take a number from the user. If user enter any number, first we check the number is completely divisible by 2 or not. And how we can check? The modulus operator. Remember modulus operator? I explained you the modulus operator. Modulus operator always return the value if the dividend is divided by the divisor, then the result generate two output. One is quotient and one is remainder. If the remainder is 0, if you divide any number from by the any number, if the number result is 0, then you can say the remainder is 0. And if any number divided by 2 and if generate the 0 remainder, then the number is completely divisible. You can say even number. And else if the number is not generate 0, it means you can the number is generate whatever, but the number is not completely divisible by 2, so the number is odd. Now we take same example. N is number equal to int input. First of all we need to input the number. Enter any number. You can say any number, enter any number. Once user enter the number, if the n modulus percentage sign modulus 2 equal to 0, it means if n is divided by 2 and the result, the output, remainder output is 0, then print given number is even, because of it generate true. Else if the given the number condition generate false, then else block will be executed, and if then the given number is odd. Now just run the program. Enter any number. Suppose I enter 25. 25 is a even number or odd number? It's an odd number. The number is given number is odd. Suppose I re-execute this program. Enter any number. Just the message encounter in a input box is displayed at your screen. Now I entered 24. 24 is even number or odd number? If we divide 24 by 2, how much remainder is remaining? 0. Then the first condition is true. Then the given number is even. 24 is a even number. So you can check the whether number is given or even or odd. Some another example, like same type of example you can also practice. Like once you check the given year is leap or not. Leap year means in the year, if the January February is 29, then the given year is leap year. And after every 4 month, 4 year, the leap year is comes. So you also check whether the year is given year is leap or not. How you check? Any year divided by 4, completely divisible by 4, like 2024 is a leap year. Before this, only 2020, 2020 is leap year. And if you talk about 2021, then this 2021 is not leap year. You can observe the days in a February month is 28, but in 2020 and 2024, the number of days in a February month is 29. So you can check also. You can also check the voting eligibility, voting criteria. You can also do practice for the voting eligibility. If your age is greater than 18, I hope all of you know and aware about the voting eligibility. If anyone is 18-year old, then only he or she can vote. If he or she is not 18-year old, then he or she cannot vote. So if you enter the age, once check the age is greater than 18, then you can eligible or you are eligible for vote. If age is not greater than 18, then the age is the you are not eligible for vote. Clear? So you can try this two example as I said. The next program, the next program to input marks of 5 subject: physics, chemistry, biology, as I told you, and then calculate the percentage and grade according to given conditions. This is a example of multiple if elif. You can enter the subject, input 5 subject marks, and then calculate the percentage. You can see all the first you take subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, and subject 5, and same message: enter marks for subject 1, subject 2, third subject, 4 subject, 5th subject. Average means cal first calculate the total for the all 5 subject and divided by 50. If 5, if the percentage is greater than 90, print A grade. If percentage in between 80 and 90, you can say the student fall in B grade, and so on up to 50. If the less than 50, then print F grade. Now come to your collab, and I will take same example. Subject 1 equal to int input enter marks for subject 1. Subject 2 is subject 2, enter marks for subject 2. Subject 3, subject 4, subject 5. Total 5 subject is there, and you are trying to enter the marks for subject 5 subject. Now calculate the average equal to subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3 plus subject 4 plus subject 5. and all these total divided by 5. How we calculate average? All of you know very well. First, calculate the sum of all subject and then divided by number of subject. There are 5 subjects. Now check if the average is greater than or equal to 90. It means you get 90%. Print grade A. L if average is greater than or equal to 80. And remember logical operator, 3 logical operator, and or and not. Here if the percentage in between 80 and 90, it means percentage is greater than or equal to 80 and average is less than or equal to 90. It means 9, the average is less than 90 and greater than 80. Then print grade B. Print grade B. If suppose elif if suppose the percentage or average is greater than or equal to 70 and average is less than or equal to 80, then grade C. Elif average is greater than or equal to 60 and average is less than or equal to 70. It means in between 70 to 60, 60 to 70. Print grade D. Elif average is greater than or equal to 50 and average is less than or equal to 60, then print E grade. If all the grades are false or condition false, means else the number is not in between 90, in between 80 to 90, in not in between to 90, 70 to 80, 60 to 70, 50 to 60, it means the number is less than 50, then print F grade or fail. Now enter. 87, 56, 98, 84, 82, 87, enter. 85, enter. 80, 56, 84, 92 and 91 in B grade. Here also we can print here the print your percentage is plus average. Oh, first convert it into string. Your percentage is 84.2 and you are in grade B. Your total percentage is 84.2 and you are in B grade. You can see the 84 lies between 90 and 80. So you are in B grade. Clear? Okay. Now the next topic is iterative statement. Iterative statement means a loop. In general, we can also say that a iterative statement in Python is known as loop. In computer programming, a loop is a sequence of instruction. Sequence of instructions means you can say block of statement, block of instructions that is continually repeated. The block of statement continually repeated until a certain condition is reached. First of all, we need to understand why we need the loop. Suppose, for example, if you want to repeat some block of statement or a set of instructions in a particular time or for a particular time. So the option one is one option generally we have to copy paste. Suppose I print a hello world 10 times. Then the general simple option is I copy print hello world and paste it 10 times. But if the repetition is in small numbers like 10, 20, 30, then no problem. We can do it easily. But when the number increase, then this phenomena or this procedure is not technically correct and feasible. So Python introduced a new concept that is known as loop. We can repeat any number of times with a simple or single statement with set of instructions. Typically, a certain process is done, like for example, a certain process is done means whatever you want to repeat, you can type it or you can put it into this block, such as getting an input of data. Suppose if you want to input data 5 times, then you are put the input statement in a loop and changing it and you want to change it in a particular data, and then some condition is checked. If the condition is true, whether a counter has reached a prescribed number, then the loop terminate. You can see the flow chart of the loop. Enter in loop body, last item is in sequence. Suppose the your item is last in a sequence. If true, loop terminates. If you are not reached at the last, then false. Body of the loop. It means whatever you write in a loop body, it execute and again check the condition. Again, the suppose if you try to print your name on a screen 10 times, then you can print with the help of loop. Now, working of the loop statement. Very important. We understand here how loop working. First, every loop has three pointer. Number one is start pointer. Start pointer always tell about the first value. Start states the integer value at which the sequence begin, means where from where our loop starts. If this is not included in the then start begins at 0. If you are not put any number, then always start begin with 0 value. Stop, the second thing that is known as stop. Stop is always required, and is the integer that is counter up to not but included. It means stop means once your loop start, then from where up to you want to go. The stop pointer is also known as termination condition. Termination condition means where your loop is stopped and where your loop is terminated. And the third one is step. Set how much to increase. Once your loop is start, then how much your next step increase or decrease. You can say if we go forward, then increase. If we go backward, then it is decrease. You can say you can see the diagram. Start, initialize the value. Initialize means start the value. Once your loop start, check the condition. If the condition is true, statement executed, and then increase the value or decrease the value. In case of suppose if your initialization is start from 100 and you goes up to reverse order up to 1, then in this situation, in this scenario, your increment or decrement is decrease. Once the condition is false, then your program or your loop end or your loop terminate. This initialization is known as start condition. This condition is known as stop condition. Once the condition is reached, once a condition is true, false, then it is stop condition. And this increment or decrement is known as step increase. You can see stop steps how much to increase or decrease in case of negative numbers. The next iteration, if this is omitted, step by default. If we omit this statement, then it is by default step is 1. Python has two. Now then we discuss how many types of loop are provided by the Python. There are two type of loop in a Python. One is while loop and another is for loop. The while loop, with the while loop we can execute a set of statements as long as a condition is true. You can see, suppose if you want to print 1 to 10 6 numbers onto screen, then I equal to 1. This statement is known as start statement. From where your loop is start, then I equal to 1. Your loop start from 1. While the second step, stop condition, while I is less than 6. This loop repeat the entire loop body until it reach to I is less than 6. If the condition is true, then your body will be execute. If the given condition is false, then the loop body or loop terminated from the loop body. Check I is equal to 1 while I is less than 6. Yes, true. Because of the I is 1, the value of I is 1 and 1 is less than 6. Print I. You can see the output. 1 is printed here. And I plus equal to 1. What is this? This is a composite assignment operator. If you remember in my previous classes, I explained you I equal to I plus 1. It means the value of I is increased. And you can say in previous class, once condition is true, then the increment, this one is increment. It means the next value of I is incremented by 1. Now 1 plus 1, 2. Again check the condition. You can see the flow chart. If the condition is true, statement execute, increment the value, and then again condition will be checked. And same process repeat until the given condition is false. Same process will be repeated until the given condition is false. Now I is become 2. Now check the condition. I is less than or equal to less than 6. Tell me, 2 is less than 6. Yes, the given condition is again true. Print I, print 2. Again, I is updated. The value of I is incremented by 1 again. 2 plus 1 is 3. Again, the condition is checked. 3 is less than 6. Yes. Given condition is true. Again print 3. 4. Next 4. Next 5. Once the I is reached at 5, 5 less than 6. Yes. Print I. 5 printed. Next value. I plus equal to 1. It means 5 plus 1, that is 6. 6 is less than 6. Remember less than operator? Once I demonstrate you the less than operator, 6 is not less than 6. 6 is equal to 6. So the given condition is false. And what uh, is action taken when the given condition is false? Then you can see once the given condition is false, then the loop is terminated. The loop is goes up to end. It means it is exit from the loop body. That's why you can see here only 1 to 5 numbers are printed in output but not 6. Why? Because the given condition is false when the value of I is 6. If the given condition is false, then the loop body never will be executed. Getting? Now, the break statement. Suppose in some situation, if your loop is goes up to 1 to 6, but if you want to break in between the loop statement, once you set I equal to 1 and I is less than 6, already we seen in the previous example, once you write this, then your loop will be executed 5 times. But if we are we want to break the loop when I is equal to 3, when I is reach up to 3, then the loop will be terminated. If you want, then the break statement is used for the loop, stop the loop in between the given condition. With the break statement, we can stop the loop even if the while condition is true. If suppose the while condition is true when the I is 3, the while condition is true, but even the while condition is true, you want to stop the loop, then you have to use break statement. I is 1, true, print I 1. If I is equal to 3, not, the condition is not true. Why? The I is 1 and 1 is not equal to 3. I plus 1, I is become 2, 2, print 3, print. And if I equal to 3, the value of I is 3, then break. You can see 4, 5 is not printed at the output screen because of when I is reached to 3, then the break statement will execute, and the break statement is used to stop the loop even the condition given condition is true. Getting my point? Okay. Now the second example of while loop. Suppose if you want to print multiplication table using basic while loop. Multiplication table means suppose 1 is to 5, 2 is to 5, 3 is to 5 up to 10 table. Basic while loop multiplier, we declared a variable multiplier 5, counter 1. Counter means how much count in table. Counter less than 10 are equal to. It means it start from 1 and goes up to less than or equal to 10. Result equal to counter into multiplier. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the multiplier will be same. Print counter into multiplier into result. You can see the table format. Counter plus equal to, it means this one is increment. Multiplier 5, counter 1. While counter is less than or equal to 10. Yes, counter is less than or equal to 10. result equal to counter, that is 1 into multiplier 5. Print counter 1 multiplier 5 equal to the result 5 into 5, 5. Second, the counter plus equal to 1. Now counter is increased by 1. Counter become 2. 2 is less than 10. Yes. Result equal to counter 2 into multiplier 2 into multiplier 5. The value of counter is printed here 2. The value of multiplier is 5 and the result 2 into 5, that is 10. And same process repeat until the counter become 10. Because of the equal to sign, when I counter value is 10, then true. When the counter value is 11, the counter is less than, it means 11